Trevor, Aeon. I'm gonna break my foot off in your ass.
Hello, welcome back. In the last episode, Trevor finalized his decision on what to do with respect to the Grove and the goblins. So now the goblins inside the Shattered Sanctum are now all either dead or knocked out. Just before Trevor turned against the goblin camp, Minthara was about to feed Saza to spiders that no longer existed. So he stepped in and saved her life to preserve his cover. Trevor learned from Halsin that the Cult of the Absolute is based out of a place called Moonrise Towers. Amongst other things, he believes it's likely that Duke Ravengard has been taken there. Trevor found Halsin trapped in a cave and freed him. The druid has asked him to meet back at the Grove since the leaders of the goblins have all been defeated. Minthara proposed a cowardly plan to raid the Emerald Grove, but has since caught a terminal case of the deads. She was not knocked out. Now that the goblin leadership has all fallen, Trevor supposes he may as well let Zevlor know that the roads should be safe. At least there should be a reward in it. I guess the defeat of the goblins updated this quest as well, even though Kaga had previously died when she was exposed as a shadow druid. Another quest updated with the defeat of the goblins. This is the non-companion version of the quest line to rescue Duke Ravengard, who Trevor currently believes is at Moonrise Towers. And this is another iteration of Halsin wanting to meet Trevor's party at the Grove. So here we are, about to make our way back to the Grove to meet with Halsin. Of course, we could just fast travel, and if it was merely to save walking time, I would do that. But there is still half a camp full of goblins in between Trevor's party and the Grove, so to maintain immersion as best I can, I've decided to fight my way out. So we've gathered at the second tier exit that we broke into earlier for tactical advantage, and here we go.
With haste.
Sleeping goblins should be easy to knock out without attracting attention if we use silence.
No one's stopped me yet.
I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit on the other sleeping creatures joining this fight, since we were literally inside a silence. But it is what it is.
I am fury. I am death. No time to waste.
They're grouped up pretty well for some bursting arrow action. Karlach gets some good use out of her haste helm, closing quite the distance to get to the trio.
Jimmy on the go.
Survival is all that matters. Maybe I should. No, this is good. Where do I go from here?
Too heavy to throw, so Trevor shoves the summoned warg away. And finishes off the summoner. Which activates all the other goblins. And also I forgot that knocking the summoner out does not dismiss the summon.
Focus.
Karlach keeps working on Stimp here. During editing, I noticed a couple of the goblins were already heavily damaged. My best guess is these are the ones that were involved in the scuffle Trevor had earlier with Crusher and his sycophants.
Onward.
Shadowheart hopes a double Toll the Dead will damage the summoned warg and also finish off Stimp. Offhand shot, maybe? Lae'zel tries to kill off the summon. Leaving the fresh goblins, etc. down below. It looks like the Goblin team didn't get to act on the turn they entered the initiative. That's not a very consistent mechanic as far as I can tell, but it does mean it's our turn all over again. Shadowheart spent some time considering a few options, but ultimately she decides to open up with a doubled Bone Chill on a Goblin Tracker and the Ogre Guard. Followed up with an offhand shot at the Ogre. Lae'zel jumps into a position to fire upon the Ogre herself, albeit at disadvantage due to range.
I won't give in.
A goblin with one hit point remaining just used a secret passage to get up to the second tier with us. Trevor shows him what a bad idea that was by throwing him back down onto another goblin. After my disappointment regarding strength bonus not being applied to improvised weapon damage at all, I wanted to check to see if it applied to thrown damage. Here, I dealt 1d4 from the weight of the goblin, plus 1d4 from the ring of flinging, plus a single instance of strength modifier damage because Trevor has Tavern Brawler. Well, applying it once is a lot better than not applying it at all, so at least he doesn't have to give up throwing people at each other.
Breathe deep and move.
Karlach runs over this way and starts working on Booyog Piddle. who I guess just runs away. So she tosses a javelin at the biggest target on the ground.
My little trick.
Now that the goblins are a little closer together, Shadowheart tries to group up a bunch of them even more with the Void Bulb.
Time to strike.
Which Lae'zel then uses to set that whole group on fire.
No time to waste.
And then keep working on the Ogre Guard with the rest of her and Shadowheart's turns.
Can't afford to let up. Down with you.
Let's get your fire, baby.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Trevor is curious about this suspicious poison he found at the apothecary in the Blighted Village. He politely asks Tracker Klaga if he would kindly give it a try.
That should work. Best be on my way.
Now this is my happy place.
And Karlach rains down javelins, trying to break the Goblin Devout's concentration.
This'll help.
Lae'zel took a couple crits here, It's definitely time for a potion trick for some healing and buffs.
I am fury. I am death.
Oh look, some nice little grouped up goblins for a bursting arrow. And with that trio handled, Lae'zel goes to finish off the ogre.
You bow, or you break. What's the plan?
Gods, it's hot in here.
Karlach still wants that goblin's bless gone.
1, 2.
Then she throws another javelin and starts coming back to where the action is more concentrated.
In position.
Ready.
We have a double Toll the Dead turn from Shadowheart.
Nothing important is ever easy.
And Trevor starts moving as quickly as he can down to the bottom tier to melee. He was planning on casting Featherfall after knocking out the sleeping goblins, but circumstances did not comply.
One day I'll catch a break.
Might as well start this round off with a double Toll the Dead. And an offhand shot for Grat the Traitor.
I will ascend.
This goblin gets a whole battery of arrows.
Bye forever, pal.
Karlach goes to knock him the rest of the way out. On her way to this sharp eye over here. Trevor doesn't even realize how close to over this is, so he just keeps making his way downstairs.
Time to press ahead.
Perhaps a double Toll the Dead can finish them both off?
On I go.
Guess not, but I bet Lae'zel can.
Light on my feet.
There's a lot here, so I'm gonna skip most of the corpse looting even, and just show you significant pickups. Such as Grat the Trader did drop some of his inventory, including the returning pike. I talked about that more in a previous video, but we didn't buy it due to its cost. Essentially, it's a thrown weapon that returns to its wielder. Trevor throws objects and people, not so much weapons. So I may as well give it to Karlach as a throwing option. And then some basic hide armor +2. It comes with a bonus to dexterity saving throws and a +1 to initiative, and is missing the typical medium armor feature of disadvantage on stealth checks. Also, there will be a few small fights. For instance, in this case, a single straggler. I won't play-by-play those until we face a bigger one.
All right then. Can't slow down.
Need to act fast.
Hop, hop.
Got to concentrate. On my way. Time to strike. On the move. Can't give up. I will ascend.
Put 'em up. Need to learn the hard way.
These boots have seen everything.
Can't even enjoy a drink in peace.
Think you can take me on? Time to push my luck again.
Ready for another round? Find a route.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Foul goblin gobbler.
Can't give up. Not now. On I go.
All right, Karlach. It's go time.
Time to strike. Taking position.
Crusher here has Crusher's Ring. It's a simple ring, but a universally useful one. Bonus movement speed plus 3 meters. That will definitely go to someone. In this case, Karlach, to further enable her to get to the front lines as quickly as possible and fulfill that tanking role.
One day I'll catch a break.
Have to keep going. Victory awaits. On the move. I'm ready. I am fury. I am death. Need to stay focused.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Very well. Pipe down!
Victory awaits. Make way.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. Yeah. What's it?
And now we approach the entrance. Fight through this and we're free.
Swift and lethal.
No choice but to keep going.
Karlach goes right up through the middle of them,
Covered.
bare rage, and starts swinging at Warrior Puce. Trevor doesn't see why goblins should enjoy the high ground, so he climbs up the ladder, rages, and throws Tracker Rindle down at Tracker Bow.
What should I do? I will ascend. In my best interest.
Lae'zel is just barely able to get to a position where she can fire at something, so she starts on the warg and then uses an acid arrow.
My faith will protect me.
Shadowheart just repositions herself atop the platform.
Onward.
Cover me! I'm going for the alarm!
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
While I don't think there's anyone left to alert, just out of good habit, Trevor jumps down to the one trying to sound the alarm and throws him away from the war drum.
Let's finish this.
Plenty of good targets for a double Toll the Dead. Karlach keeps swinging at her surrounding foes. Shadowheart takes an offhand pot shot at the warg.
Let's do this. Victory awaits. Taking position.
And let's see if Lae'zel can finish off both the remaining opponents. Snurd really went right for those war drums. Not that it'll help her with Trevor right there. Having cleaved himself a path out of the goblin camp, Trevor and company can now fast travel back to the grove.
On my way.
Grab your bags.
We're moving.
Yes, Monk? Check twice, my...
A scout just reported. The goblins' leadership has been decimated. We might escape this place yet. And I hear you are the one to thank. I'm grateful. I took a collection from all of us. It isn't much, but you've earned it.
Trevor is perfectly polite and reasonable when he's being showered with gifts. Thank you.
It's not enough, but it's all we have.
It's quite a day for reunions. Halsin has returned, too, and I expect he'll want to speak with you. As for us,
No armies at our heels. Amazing. We can finally leave. But perhaps we need not speak of farewells. We'll join your camp tonight to celebrate if you'll have us.
There's still vending and lots of conversation before we go to camp, so Trevor will see him there.
Something's on my mind. With the leadership dead, no attack will be mounted on the Grove. I am in your debt, my friend. Speak to Wrath. He will reward you for your efforts.
Trevor believes Halsin deserves to know exactly what happened to Kaga, and he hasn't really considered it in enough depth to understand that "I had no choice" isn't quite correct.
Korga. Poor child. The Grove will be a dimmer place without her potential. But you are right. You had no choice. I failed her long before you arrived. The shadows could not have tempted her if I had taught her as I should have. But the Grove still stands even if she does not. Thanks to you.
Trevor moves on to his own problems. He needs to get to Moonrise Towers if he's to learn about this tadpole.
Soon. First, I must set matters to rights in the Grove. And you should celebrate your victory. After being dormant for so long, your infection is unlikely to produce new symptoms spontaneously. Tomorrow morning, we shall discuss what is to come.
Frustrated, Trevor says no more delays. He wants to be on his way.
Soon. First, I must set matters to rights in the Grove. And you should celebrate your victory. After being dormant for so long, your infection is unlikely to produce new symptoms spontaneously. Tomorrow morning, we shall discuss what is to come.
We did it. Come on.
We made it somehow. Now we just need to get to Baldur's Gate.
I'm your lummox.
Yes.
Thought you left us to our fate running off like you did. Glad I was wrong.
grab your bags. We're moving.
We couldn't have held them back on our own. Thank you.
It was you, right? Who took care of the goblins? I knew you're a good one.
I nearly dispatched those goblins myself, but it seems you managed well enough. And why wield a masterwork where a butcher's blade will do? My thanks, truly.
Stay near the center of the...
Glad to see some goblin blood spilled for a change. Was sick of running from those rats.
We didn't die today. Tomorrow, perhaps, but not today. Thanks to you.
We did it.
Baldur's Gate, we're coming.
I'll kiss you when you stop.
One sorrow ended, the next soon to begin.
You are. Now, stop squirming.
I shouldn't have doubted you. Or the others.
You saved us! Just like Baldy Ron!
And you do not stop. For anything.
I hate you. You killed all the goblins, and now we can't practice swords anymore!
I left my sword in the cave. Don't tell, but I don't want to touch it again.
Bah! At your age, I'd already spilled my own cousin's blood. Face your fear, or it will devour you.
Every last copper piece.
I'm your lummox.
Yes, you are. It smells bad out here. I want to go home.
If we get separated or need to bring...
I'm glad you killed all the goblins. I hope you made them scared.
Elturel didn't want us, and those druids sure as hell didn't either. But you risked your life for us.
We did it. Come on. Give me a kiss. I'm your lummox.
Yes, you are. Fine. Now you're sworming.
Remember, stay near the center of the group, all right?
We're not in the clear yet. Keep sharp until we're standing on cobbles in Baldur's Gate.
Time, everyone. We did it.
Sharp.
Come on. Give me a kiss.
Hold still. I'll kiss you when you stop bleeding, you lumps.
I'm your lummox.
Yes, you are. Now stop squirming. I knew this would come right if we just stayed positive. Not that your blade didn't help too.
For anything.
Gods, it seems we might actually make it to the city now. Hope the neighbors are a bit more welcoming.
Let's be sure. We need every last copper piece to get started in Baldur's Gate.
Don't know why everyone's cheering. We're just going back on the road.
After this one. Mattis says we should say thank you.
We did it. Come on.
If any of your stuff goes missing, just let me know. You're family now.
Bleeding, you lummox.
If we get
I'm your
separated
lummox.
or need to break camp fast,
Yes, you
remember?
are.
I'm glad you didn't die. No discounts once I'm running the wider Baldur's Gate, mind.
Pick something realistic. If you can't swing a sword...
This is junk.
I'm glad you came through it alive. We owe you. More than we can repay.
Fine, but you're carrying it yourself.
He'd be proud of you.
You took care of the goblins. Nice work.
I wasn't there to help. That'll change from now on, I promise.
I'd have put good coin on you running off into the sunset. But you did it. You stopped the goblins. Thank you.
The less likely anyone will give us trouble.
With the goblins dead, we might actually make it to Baldur's Gate.
Now it's back to the road, I suppose. Never ends, does it?
You've solved one problem for us. Guess it's on us to solve the next. We did it.
You killed the goblins. Hope you made them suffer.
Watching gods. While I was training children, you were out cutting down an entire goblin camp.
I expected goblins at our gate any moment. Glad to say that you made a prettier sight.
We're ready to head to your camp. Are you?
What a mess. I wonder if the goblins have anything valuable on them.
That's it. We can head to the city. Don't know about you, but I'm ready to start my life again.
I'm going to have to write a song about you now, aren't I? But truly, thank you. It's nice to be done with the sad songs. For a time.
Grab your bags. We're moving.
Remember, stay near the center of the group, all right? No wandering off.
Back to worrying about road rations it is. So many mouths to feed, but... well, that's not a bad problem to have. Thank you, truly.
You think we'll stay in Baldur's Gate long?
Stay safe out there. You hear?
What's the story? Herman, is that you?
Let us go! I wish to feel the road beneath my hooves. Taste the fresh grass.
The younglings are a nuisance. But the road would not be the same without them. Thank you.
All right, what now? Can't slow down.
So it's true. You scattered the goblins. Peace can finally return to this corner of the Sword Coast. Thank you.
I did forget to check this pack that Zevlor gave us. Aside from other, more common loot, Zevlor has provided us with Wapira's Crown. It has the passive feature that when the wearer heals another creature, they regain 1 to 6 hit points themselves. This is probably a good fit for Shadowheart right now. It would allow her to do her little potion trick on other grouped up companions and still receive a small heal and a buff on herself. Something interesting happened during my off-camera looting. I left the party near Aeon at the Grove, and Trevor was looting the goblin camp alone for expediency. A lot of these items are still tagged as owned by the goblins since they're not all dead. But I'm choosing to consider taking them a right of conquest, not thievery. But there's an interaction here I've never seen before. So, this arrow of rolling thunder that I'm about to see is still tagged as owned property. Lae'zel is my archer. If I picked it up and then sent it to her from my inventory, it would have been perfectly fine. But watch what happens when I send Lae'zel this quote-unquote stolen arrow directly from the goblin's unconscious body.
Your light fingers were too heavy this time. You've been caught stealing. What will you do?
Try to talk her way out of it? The only one of these skills that Lae'zel has is intimidation, so she'll try it. We do have 4 inspiration.
They believe you, for now. But something tells you they won't be so receptive to your charms again.
Overall, I was pretty lucky there. That could have had some negative consequences. I do move the party away a bit in the hopes of avoiding a repeat performance of that. So, yeah, it seems a bit niche, but if you're going to have your party camp out near a guard while you're off somewhere else looting, I guess don't send them stolen goods directly from the source.
You saved us. I wasn't sure we'd make it through.
Excuse.
Moo.
Looking ahead.
Blessed day. I was worried I'd never see Master Halsin again. You kept your word. Thank you.
Trevor says the Grove is just lucky he didn't need to take that poison.
Ha! Look, I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do when you told me about that tadpole.
Thanks are fine for Trevor, but rewards are better.
If you're looking for coin, you're out of luck. I'm a healer, not a moneylender. But here, to mend any hurts. Think, what else do we need?
Well, well, well. Soldier? Boo!
Wing's still a little stiff, but I'm getting stronger.
I've got a long road ahead. Need to find a way forward. Very well.
You done it. You brought Halsin back. Thank you. No, thanks is not enough. May Sylvanas bless you for all your days. I cannot imagine taking on a camp full of goblins was a simple task.
Well, of course it was simple for someone like Trevor Aeon. He broke his foot off in those goblins' asses.
Fair enough. I should not have underestimated you. Let me show you on your map where you can find the cache. Take this rune. You'll need it. Place it among the pedestals inside our library. When the wolf glows brightest, everything in the vault below will be yours.
Let's see what this does. It's broken, but not too badly.
I assumed it would be fine to put the rune in whenever, but I guess you have to put it in before you light up all the other runes.
Well, what have we done?
Sorrow is a very nice glaive. It's got the +1 enhancement bonus, and this Sorrowful Lash cantrip, usable as a bonus action every turn to do a little bit of damage, and pull creatures within 9 meters, 3 meters closer to you. That is a very handy action to have for repositioning enemies, and a real contender to replace the Monster Hunter glaive Karlach is currently equipped with. I'll have to think about that decision.
Oh, I could go for a good meal. Something about this blade. It feels sad.
Don't mind if I do. Anything of use?
The Robes of Summer are a clothing item that grants resistance to cold damage. This makes it a pretty good option for Trevor himself right now, since he doesn't like wearing bulky armor.
Best be on my way. Let's see.
And we're finally ready to invite the Tieflings to our camp to celebrate victory over the goblins.
We're ready to head to your camp. Are you?
Let's go.
Excellent. Lead the way.
Others are easier to please than you lot. Look at them all. Guzzling poison like we've the right to be happy.
Trevor tells Ikaran to lighten up and have a drink.
I'm perfectly fine without that poison, thanks.
Think of it. No more caves, no more tents, no more running away.
We'll be in a city with roads and markets and homes.
Come on, Elfie, make it spicy.
Right. Heart's a quiver.
Patience? Have you no respect for showmanship?
Having performance issues, Roland?
Hush you, and behold!
Trevor is likely a drink or two in himself, so he just reflexively claps for a performance.
Adoring applause? You're too kind.
Remember when he could barely cast that?
They grow up so fast.
Never have I met such troglodytes. Now, pass the wine.
Off you go, Master Ranger.
Are Roland and Leah actually getting along? I know you cut down a horde of goblins, but this is far more impressive.
Look at them. How happy they are. We did that.
Trevor thinks it's mostly the booze, to be honest.
Then I'd best track down a bottle before the rest polish it off. Look us up when you hit Baldur's Gate. Be nice to see a friendly face.
I need to dance. No, I need to lie down.
Sherry! That's infernal for cheers. Or possibly turnip.
Beautiful night, don't you think? Nothing like a brush with destruction to make one appreciate the majesty of the celestial canvas. It's a view I would once have shared with my companion, though definitely unaccompanied by such revelry. She preferred it when we were alone, curled up before a crackling hearth with some ancient, esoteric tome between us. Ink glinting in the firelight.
That doesn't sound like Trevor's cup of tea, but he guesses to Gale that's, fun?
Oh, not everyone is comfortable being alone with their thoughts. Though I never felt alone with a book in my hand, or with her for company. I speak of Tara, my Tresson, assistant, my constant companion through all the ills and tribulations my hubris has thrust upon me. She'd be most impressed by our efforts saving these tieflings. Proud, even. And I've given her little to be proud of recently. After I was afflicted with my condition, and locked myself in my tower for an entire year. I was inconsolable, wallowing in my self-inflicted tragedy. Given up on myself. But Tara never did. It was her encouragement, her research that led me to my treatment. Once we knew that magically infused items were the key, she went out to find them for me. She saved my life. After so long being cared for by someone else, it feels good to have repaid the favor. Not directly to Tara, but to these poor tieflings. I'm sure she would approve.
Trevor's curiosity gets the better of him and he asks what Tara is like.
You remind me of her somewhat. There's a steeliness in you. An unwavering tenacity, even in the face of, to be frank, quite dire odds. Wish she were here for me to make a formal introduction. But I would never ask her to undertake such a journey. She's safer at home. Besides, she was always telling me I needed to spread my wings, so to speak. Find mortal friends instead of hanging onto Mistra's coattails. So that's what I'm doing. I hope.
Wait a minute. Does Gale really not have any friends?
Sadly not. If I'm being entirely honest, my social circle is rather small. More of a dot. Or a Pinhead. I've got acquaintances, certainly. Plenty of colleagues. Friends? Those are precious indeed. I hope, though we've only known each other for a short time, I might be able to count you among that number.
Now, this thread Trevor likes pulling on. What does Gale like about him? Compliments inbound. And, for the record, Trevor 100% misses the romantic undertones here.
Were I to recite that list, I fear we'd be here at dusk tomorrow. Many things, I assure you. But a conversation better saved for another time. With my condition as volatile as it is, I fear any undue excitement may tip it over the edge, so to speak. Go. Indulge in the frivolities. They're good for the heart. And mine will be all the lighter to see you enjoying yourself.
Ah, hells. I was hoping you wouldn't notice I was gone.
Trevor is still not a fan of the devil-pacted warlock, but he feels he should at least ask if Will is all right.
No. I'm deeply proud of you. A touch less so of myself. In truth, I don't feel in a festive mood, and I didn't want to cast a grey cloud over the night. I'm a devil. I love the people from the Grove, but I unsettle them deep down, as I seem to unsettle everyone nowadays. You don't want a devil at your party. Horns this sharp will pop the balloons, you see, and the guests won't take kindly to scars quite so monstrous.
Trevor makes one single attempt to snap him out of it. He tells Will that not much has even changed.
I feel spikes beginning to sprout in places they really shouldn't. But, off with you. This is your day. Have a dance. Enjoy the music.
And Trevor is officially out of patience. Will, you're impossible.
12 impossible deeds every day before the sun reaches its apex. That's the way of the blade. Sometime alone beneath the stars, and I'll be back to my old self. Promise. Still, it's a night to remember. You've made sure of that.
Nothing more satisfying than a well-organized wardrobe.
Aha! There you are! Come now, settle in. I do hope you have partaken of something bracing. This may well take us all night.
Trevor is wary of that tone. What exactly is this?
Why, your naming, quite obviously. That ballad was but a crude preview, a frame without its crowning jewel. Your nom de guerre. Something iconic, but not too much of a mouthful. We don't want to exclude the common folk, after all. I intend this tale to enrapture all.
Now, Trevor is a good storyteller, and with more time to craft it, he would come up with a better name. But he's also impulsive and has just fought a ton of goblins, so he spits out Goblin Bane.
Not to meddle in your side of this partnership, but slaying goblins is not exactly the stuff of legends, is it? After all, I'm quite certain I once saw one expire from the strain of spelling his own name. No, I'm afraid that won't do. You shall simply have to go out and slay something decidedly more dramatic.
This might be the wine talking, but I'm feeling inspired. Thinking of writing my next song about you. But I need an angle. Any ideas?
Trevor is absolutely loving all the boosts he's getting to his notoriety tonight. He even waxes poetic about this one, saying, "Let it be only as truthful as true poetry would permit," with recognition that there is a big difference between poetic license and lying.
But of course, you achieved something far beyond mere fact. That deserves to be remembered.
We should go down and see the water.
No.
If any of your stuff goes missing, just let me know. You're family now.
You have no idea how good it feels to see these people smiling. The singing we could probably do without, but even so, thank you.
Go on now. Don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll discuss your problem tomorrow.
Trevor tells Halsin to take his own advice. Go mingle a little, have a drink.
Later, perhaps. Don't worry about me. A night under the stars amidst nature's creation is just what I need after being locked up in the Goblin's dungeon. Go on, enjoy yourself. Seek out some wine before it runs dry. There are a lot of thirsty people around here.
I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Neogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades. Yet they could not match your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness.
I smell their blood on you still. I smell your moisture. How torturous for us both that I'll never get a taste.
Oh, but do enjoy yourself this night. I intend to myself.
If Lae'zel is going to be this petty, Trevor is glad he declined her advances.
You know, I never pictured myself as a hero. Never thought I'd be the one they'd toast for saving so many lives. And now that I'm here... I hate it. This is awful.
It's not particularly Trevor's thing either, but really awful.
We killed some goblins to save some tieflings. The tally of lives didn't change much. But what do I get for all my hard work? A pat on the head and vinegar for wine.
Indeed. If Astarion wants to whinge, Trevor will leave him to it. He's having fun.
By all means, go and enjoy yourself. I'll be here, waiting for the sunrise.
I always wanted to sing at the Elfsong Tavern.
If the owner... Hope you're enjoying the night, hero. I certainly am. Cheers to many more like this.
Make it spicy.
Of course, this isn't covered in game, but in character, during the course of this coming up conversation, Trevor and Shadowheart come up with a hand signal such that, during interactions with those outside the party, Trevor can let her know if he plans to attack and she can react accordingly.
Everyone seems to be in high spirits. Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for?
One of Trevor's deep-seated insecurities pokes its head out as he answers, "Me?"
Your words, not mine. But not what I mean. I mean, desperate people. Like those refugees. Never gave them much thought. Certainly not that bunch in the grove. Yet we came through for them. We saved their lives. Odd.
Well, Shadowheart shouldn't expect that we go out of our way to rescue everyone. This was the most expedient path forward.
How pragmatic. One would think letting the goblins torch the grove would have resulted in the same. But nobody's here to debate right from wrong. Share a bottle with me?
Ever since she came clean about worshipping Shar, Trevor hasn't minded Shadowheart so much. She's been much more forthcoming and understanding of his pragmatism in the field. He'd be happy to share a bottle in friendship.
We should wait a little while. Until the others have drifted off.
Again, Trevor misses the romantic tones because he does not think of her in that way. So his response is to question that they're not sharing the bottle with the others.
Not tonight.
He thinks he gets it now, so he makes his way off.
Yes? Would you look at this place? All these people happy because of us. It's nice to be somewhere where good is still possible. Speaking of, from where I'm standing, it looks like you and Shadowheart are getting more familiar. She's a funny one, all pointy and secretive, but it seems like there's someone very sweet beneath it all, you know? Good to see the two of you getting along anyway. At least one of us is getting a little action. Though, you know, if you wanted to meet up later, maybe we could meet up later.
Karlach has the wrong idea about him and Shadowheart, but almost despite himself, Trevor finds himself drawn to the blatant, clumsy genuineness of Karlach's attempt at flirting, and fighting on the front lines with her has gotten more primal feelings involved than he'd like to admit. He tells Karlach he'd really like that, actually.
Really? I mean, great. I'll come find you when the others have gone to bed. Wait up for me, all right? Yes.
That's more like it. How many goblins did we kill? 10? Let's make it 20.
Buzz of celebration quiets to a soothing hum as you approach your bunk. Your hand was sought by several, but there is only one night ahead. Whose company will you seek? At least for tonight.
Gale isn't even on his radar, and he only likes Shadowheart as a friend. But Trevor finds himself wanting to explore one connection. It helps that they can't be physical tonight. It serves as clear evidence that she doesn't only want him for his body. And the fact that she hasn't been on Faerun for the last decade means she's not a fan who only wants him for his fame. Trevor seeks the companionship of Karlach.
Your heart skips a beat. What treasures might this night bestow?
Hey, you soldier. I think everyone's asleep. May I? Hello, you.
Been waiting for this all night. Isn't it mad? How good life is.
Trevor does admire her optimism, but it's something he struggles to maintain for himself. Is life all that good?
Yes! Soldier, you're saving me. Every time you speak my name, fight beside me, share what's yours, I'm reminded that I'm alive. Properly alive. And free. Oh, gods, I want to ride you till you see stars.
Trevor is a little surprised at the outburst, but it doesn't feel the same as when Lae'zel proffered similar action. He provokes more of an explanation by pointing out that she doesn't mince words.
Guess not. I just feel what I feel. No sense hiding it.
He can respect that she feels what she feels and doesn't play manipulative games. It's one of the things he likes most about her. But it's still early. He likes her a lot, but he has to point out they hardly know each other yet.
Not true. I know you're a goblin destroyer, an adventurer, and most importantly, I know you like me.
She's not wrong, but all of that is pretty surface level. He wants to get to know each other more deeply through personal experience and conversation.
Honey, when I look at you, my brain turns to mush.
That is sweet. What about just one little kiss for now?
I'll turn you to charcoal. Guaranteed.
Maybe there's a solution to that. Trevor suggests the possibility of cooling her down somehow.
Around you. Tall order. But if you've got an idea, I'm all ears.
Trevor suggests just talking first. He wants to know more about her and her life.
Please. My life is an instant mood killer, and I'm enjoying this mood. Maybe even a little too much. I better head back to my bunk. You might not be able to touch me, but you give me a lot to think about.
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved. It may be some time before you're afforded another such night. There is much to be done, and I promised I would help you however I could. I'm certain a cure for you can be found at Moonrise Towers, but it's complicated. The journey specifically, it's extremely perilous, though it seems you're well accustomed to navigating danger.
Trevor's like, so that's all we need to do? Go to this place?
What were you expecting? That I'd mumble a spell or whip out a potion? I won't be held accountable just because you're naive enough to expect easy answers. Now, allow me to continue. To get to the towers, you'll need to pass through a terrible place. A cursed place. This curse shrouds everything in shadow. You will not find life, light, or anything natural there. Any who linger are twisted by the curse. They become shadow beings, tormented, dangerous souls.
Trevor wonders if the Absolute's forces can even survive there.
So it seems, though I don't know how. You'll have to choose your approach carefully. You could go overland, along the Risen Road or through the mountains. Easier at first, but you'll run into the Shadow Curse eventually. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in the ruined Temple of Selûne. It leads to Moonrise Towers through the Underdark. Long ago, a man called Ketheric Thorm built a secret stronghold deep down there, before rallying a whole army of Dark Justiciars, Shah worshippers.
Dark Justiciars. I must see for myself.
Aridin and his lot were looking for a way down there. They were promised riches if they retrieved a relic called the Night Song. But I think there's more. From this stronghold, Ketheric's forces could access both the Temple of Selûne and Moonrise Towers. But he was defeated before he could launch an attack. If you can find this place, I'll wager it will reveal a more direct path to Moonrise Towers. And maybe even bypass the worst of the Shadow Curse.
Trevor mentions he's already found a hidden entrance in the Temple of Selûne. The way is mostly clear. Some goblins have likely woken up by now.
Already? If only I'd gone with you instead of Aradin. I would like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I can offer my skills, my counsel. I've long sought to return to Moonrise Towers. It seems our fates have aligned.
Trevor is surprised. Why does Halsin want to come to Moonrise?
Unfinished business, and a lifetime of regret to repair. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago, but I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. I spent years researching the curse, trying to put an end to it. Nothing has worked. Yet, if I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse. Same as you may find a cure for your infection.
So Moonrise is the real reason Halsin went with Aradin's crew, huh?
Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something about both the Shadow Curse and Ceramorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We didn't even get close.
Fair enough. Trevor invites Halsin along.
May Sylvanas guide us.
Do not be so impatient to move on as Halsin. As ever, the Githyanki Kresh remains our priority.
I realized I forgot to talk to Volo after saving him, so technically this does happen later, but narratively it makes more sense that it happened here.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much. I was just settling in and reviewing my latest findings. Mind flayers, cultists, and, of course, your esteemed company.
As much as Trevor finds Volo entertaining, he still thinks Volo is a fool and does not trust his opinion on Mind Flayer matters, certainly not over Halsin or Lae'zel. He's happy to have him in camp as a vendor, though. I'll worry about actually shopping off camera. For saving him, Volo does give us this Blazer of Benevolence. It is a light armor with a base AC of 11 and has the Remedial Rhymes ability. Whenever you inspire an ally with Bardic Inspiration, you gain 4 temporary hit points. I did a little bit of testing, and those temporary hit points do not go away if you unequip the Blazer. So, I think I'll keep it with Trevor, so that out of combat he can put it on, dole out a Bardic Inspiration, get the temporary hit points, and then put the Robe of Summer back on for the cold resistance.
Oh, hi.
Trevor has an idea for cooling Karlach down somehow.
If you have any ideas, I'm all for it. Give me all you've got. Attention! Me? Oh, this is clever. Might even work. Come here. I'm dizzy. And you? Are you all right?
Trevor doesn't want to admit how much that hurt, but he is not lying when he says it was absolutely worth it.
I hope that's true, because I'm hoping for seconds, thirds, and fourths once we find a way to cool off this engine.
That is, in fact, Trevor's top priority.
Mine too. Soon enough, you're going to be mine. But until then, I'll play nice. I don't mind sharing you with the bookworm while I'm indisposed, by the way. I'm sure he can keep you entertained until I'm more approachable.
Karlach is maybe even too nice for her own good. Trevor doesn't believe she actually wants to share him at all, and he doesn't want to share her. He tells her confidently that she's the only one for him.
I'd believe you if you said 1 + 1 is 7.
All these telltale signs of dark justicias that we've been seeing, I'm having a hard time believing they're a coincidence.
Trevor doesn't discount it, but reminds her that it could still be nothing. The land must have seen all sorts throughout the years.
Still, there may be more to it. I need to keep alert, in case that suspicion amounts to anything.
This looks like it might be glitched a bit, but it looks like Trevor has no choice but to tell Shadowheart not to get her hopes up.
Still, there may be more to it. I need to keep alert, in case that suspicion amounts to anything.
So, we have a few paths open to us. Down the ladder we found in the Goblin Fortress into the Underdark. Along the path to the mountain pass by way of the creche that Lae'zel wants to visit so badly. There's a mechanical lift in the Zhentarim hideout that descends who knows how far down, and that may not be towards Moonrise Towers at all. But there's one more. Way back when fighting the phase spider matriarch, Trevor remembers...
I feel a breeze. I wonder what's down there.
So now, he returns to the Whispering Depths. Trevor wants to know what's down there. So the next time our party will be jumping down that hole. I'll go ahead and cast Featherfall now, because in honor mode I really don't want to suffer the consequences of forgetting to later. But then we will see how far down the spider hole goes. Until next time, have a good one.